everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of RBO Real Ballers Only with your boy Vaughn. Now, today, I'm super excited to get on this journey. I want to first say thank you to the R2L network. Thank you to the R2L family. It's really a blessing to be able to do this. Before I get started, I'd like for you guys to like, subscribe, and share this video. Also, stay tuned for any other shows that we have. We have BWT with Teddy. We have CTC with Carl. We have FFC with Coach Coombs. We also have the Joe Jordan Show with Joe. We have Dave's Doghouse. And of course, the main show, Refuse to Lose, with Joe, Dave, and Tomo. So stay tuned. The sports network is taking off, and you would definitely want to be a part of it. Another thing I'm going to ask you guys to do, click the link in the bio, become a member. We have chats that they're very informative. They're very fun. If you love talking sports, we have almost every sport in the chat. So please click the link in the bio. We have different levels of membership. Check it out and get involved. But if that's it, man, let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about is this new format that the NBA is doing called the in-season tournament. Now, these games have started. They started last Friday. It's something new that the NBA is doing. You know, they're always changing something. They're always trying to be innovative. They're trying to get more money, of course. They're trying to create incentives for players to play harder, play longer, give their effort. I want to speak to that for a second. I think it's a shame that the NBA has to do things like the in-season tournaments just to get these guys to play. I mean, these guys are already getting paid millions of dollars. I understand that this is a business. However, man, I just miss some of the old times back in the 90s, early 2000s, when guys just wanted to get after each other. They just wanted the ball. It's not about the brand. It's more about the balling, about impact, about the fans. So as exciting as things are, you know, we have the in-season tournament when, you know, each game that the home team has a different court than they normally have. Some of them courts, to me, was a bit too much, a little too much color. However, some of them was very nice. I know it's something exciting for the fans, you know, different jerseys and things like that. So, you know, it's pros and cons to it. Now, I believe the main reason why they're doing it is to get these guys to play. I mean, of course, money is always the motive. You know, NBA, NFL, they're cash cows. They generate a lot of money from fans, from you know, just at the stadiums. I mean, the arenas, all kind of stuff. So now let's talk about what teams get if they win. Of course, you get a trophy. You know, they have a most valuable player award for the in-season tournament. Also, we'll be doing an all-tournament team for the in-season tournament. So, I mean, some guys, you know, that they know they're not gonna make the playoffs. This might be it for you. You know, this might be it. You might get you some type of championship. You know what I'm saying? But also, the winner would get each player on the winning team will get $500,000. The runner up would get $200,000. The teams losing the semifinals would get $100,000, and then the quarterfinals would get $50,000. So you know it's some money involved. I'm pretty sure everybody trying to shoot for that championship so they can get that $500,000. But you know, it's a great incentive just to get guys to play. I mean, I think it's a shame they have to do it, but we're here now, guys. We're here now. Now the NCAA tournament, they broke it up into the East and West into 3 different groups, 5 teams to each group. Now for Group A, we have the Pacers, the Hawks, the Pistons, the 76ers, and the Cavaliers. Group B, we have Miami Heat, the Bucks, the Hornets, the Knicks, and the Wizards. I guess we could probably guess who's gonna win that one. So Group C, which I think is probably maybe the most competitive one, maybe. We have the Brooklyn Nets, the Celtics, the Magic, the Raptors, and the Bulls. Now for the Western Conference, we have for Group A, we have the Blazers, the Lakers, the Suns, the Jazz, and the Grizzlies. For Group B, we have the Nuggets, the Pelicans, the Rockets, the Clippers, and the Mavs. For Group C, we have the Warriors, the Timberwolves, the Kings, the Spurs, and the Thunder. Pretty interesting, I know. Like, you know, you have the regular standings, then you have your in-season standings, which I believe, yeah, all the games do go towards the regular season. However, if you make the championship game, you will be playing an 83rd game that won't count towards the season. So that's pretty interesting to me. Playing it like it's pretty not a meaningless game, but it's kind of like a meaningless game when it comes to the season and the playoffs. It's just for the money. Now we had action kickoff this past weekend, to start the weekend on Friday. I want to share you guys the results of those. So in the East Group A, we only had one game. We had the Pacers versus the Cavaliers. Pacers end up winning 120 to 116. And the Pacers end up being number one right now in the group, where the Cavs have a loss, so they're in the bottom right now. Group B in East, we had two games, the Bucks and the Knicks. The Bucks end up beating the Knicks 110 to 105, giving the Knicks a 0-1 record in the in-season tournament, and the Bucks 1-0. The Heat end up beating the Wizards 121 to 114, which the Wizards are still in the bottom, and the Heat are up top with the Bucks. So for Group C in the East, we had the Nets beat the Bulls 109 to 107. I mean, hey, that kid Cam Thomas is just crazy right now. I mean, he's finally been let off the leash, and we see what he's doing. He's barking and he attacking, and I like what I see. But I digress. So we head over to the West, and we had one game in Group A. In the West Group A, the Blazers beat the Grizzlies 115 to 113. We also had the Nuggets and the Mavericks play in West Group B. Nuggets beat them 125 to 114. It was a Jokic show. It was a Jokic show. The Warriors in weeks in Group C, they beat the Thunder 141 to 139. It was a pretty close game. I don't believe Shai played, but that Thunder team is a young team. Shai had a good game. It was a good one. So that's so far all we have for the in-season tournament right now. I believe the next slate of games is on the 10th, which is a Friday, and I'm excited to touch on that to see, will this get guys going, get guys playing harder? I mean, some of the games I watched previous Friday did feel like a playoff atmosphere. I can do with everything except for some of them courts, man. I think it was the Bulls court. It was too much red. I mean, I couldn't barely stare at the screen. I had to turn the brightness down. But as an NBA fan, I always love new things, innovative things. But I always going to say, man, I miss the early 2000s, the late 90s. I miss that kind of basketball when everybody was just trying to get after it. Everybody just wanted to be the best guys. It wasn't a lot of buddy things going on. It was straight, I'm at your neck. So hopefully this in-season tournament can create some more competitive edge, and we can see these guys really, really get after it. Because as a basketball fan, that's all you ask for. You ask just for good basketball. You want both ends to compete. You want the star players to play. You want, what we want to see the best of the best. So kudos to Adam Silver for trying things to get these guys to play. They have the flopping rule now, so guys can have to play defense or take a charge. We also have, I believe they have something going on where you can't sit out. So if you sit out on low managing, they have rules around low managing now. So guys are more, they're going to play more because they'll get fined now. Which I think was well overdue. I think guys were just abusing that. However, I did hear it's sometimes, I'm not gonna say guys, I'm gonna say the teams in general, because sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the trainers. So I think they were just getting abused. They were just trying to, like keep the plastic on the couch, like or keep the tag on on your new fitted hat, like things like that. It's like, no, let it loose. Let's go. So that's all I have right there for. Oh, actually, they're going to name the championship for the in-season tournament the NBA Cup. The NBA said they chose to choose very simple names just because it's easier to change in the future. I guess they wanted to roll it out to get it going until they actually come up with a more clever, a more, a more flashy name. So that's all I have though for the in-season tournament. Now I really want to talk about what I really came here to talk about. Now, we know there's a rookie of the year race between two candidates. We have Victor Wembanyama, the sensation from France, 7 footer that can do it all. I mean, he's been ridiculous so far. He had a couple breakout games, especially the one against the Suns, where he dropped 38 points on KD and Devin Booker, outplaying both of those guys. He looked very good that game. And we also had Shet, who he was a rookie last year. However, he got injured in the off season before the season even started, playing in a pro-am, I believe, against LeBron, trying to play some defense on LeBron on a fast break. Like, come on, you can't do those things. You gotta just let him dunk. That's what people came to see. But he's now a rookie and he's having a pretty good year with the OKC Thunder. That's a good team, good young team. They have a leader and Shea who knows who he is, who knows what he can do, and Shea is just going to make things a lot better for that team. They're both off to a fantastic start, but we're not here to talk about those guys. I'm here to touch base on 5 other rookies that have caught my attention in the early goings of the season. It's very early, so we have a lot of time to really see other rookies break out once they get more acclimated with the team and the team get acclimated with them. So if that's it, well, that is it. Let's get into it. So, first rookie I want to talk about is my guy Anthony Black from Arkansas. I mean, he plays for the Orlando Magic. He's a 6'7" point guard, and he's a defensive menace. Now he doesn't start because we have a guy because Markelle Fultz started the one position, Jalen Suggs at the two. He does get a little bit of minutes off the bench. In the first 2 games, I believe he played when the team was up big and it was down, and he got the garbage time minutes. However, since Markelle Fultz been out, he's been getting a lot more minutes. His first game starting against the Lakers, his plus minus was plus 32. I mean, he's a smart kid. He plays within the game. He doesn't do. He's very high IQ, but I think the number one thing I like about him is his defense. I mean, the kid gets after it on defense. He's not afraid. He'll get on the floor. He has long arms, and he's a competitor. If you heard him in the draft and pre-draft, well, actually in the draft after he got drafted, he was being interviewed and they asked him. They said, you say you was the best defensive player in the draft. Do you still believe that? And he said yes. So I love his confidence and it's showing. He does have someone giving him a run for his money for the best defender at rookie, but we're gonna touch on him a little later. Right now, Anthony Black, he's the games he's played. He played 16 minutes and he was 4 for 4, 9 points, 2 steals. Another game, he played 31 minutes. I believe this was against the Lakers. 11 points, 2 steals, no, 1 steal, 4 rebounds, and he shot 2 for 3 from the 3. That's one thing that really has stood out to me about his game. I was not expecting him to be a pretty good catch and shooter like this. I know in the summer league, his shot wasn't falling that good. He was more attacking the basket, but so far in the league, he hasn't had trouble at all since the season started. I mean, he's been hitting at a pretty high clip from the 3-point line when he does take the shots. And that's one thing that has helped the Magic because Markelle Fultz isn't the best catch and shoot guy. He does have a pretty good mid range off the dribble. However, catching and shooting from 3, he doesn't spread the floor out that well. And Anthony Black brings that element to the Magic. So I do see him getting a lot more minutes going forward. And the team just played the Mavericks last night. We're gonna recap a couple of games today as well, a little later in another episode. However, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Anthony Black, man. Young stud. I think he's going to get more minutes. He impacts the game in so many ways. Defense, he'll get in there and rebound. Like I say, he hits threes. He's a pretty good slasher. He's a above average passer, I would say, facilitator. And I just think he just made his game winning play. So shout out to the Magic for picking him up because I think that was an excellent pick. My next rookie I want to talk about is Marcus Sasser. I mean, this kid out of Houston. He's 6'2". He's with the Pistons. He doesn't start neither because they have Cade and they also have the kid. What is his name? Carl, our buddy Carl, CTC Carl. He's not a big fan of this guy. I can't think of his name right now, but they have 2 guards already. So, but one thing that stood out to me about Marcus Sasser is the kid can shoot it from three. I mean, he can shoot. Period. You know, when you look at his last two games, he had 22 points, shooting 4 for 6 from the 3-point line, and 19 points shooting 5 for 8 from the 3-point line. So coming off the bench, the Pistons have a guy that can fill it up for him, and I like his attitude. He's very aggressive. I can tell that he's confident in himself. He's confident in his game. He'll attack the paint as well. He plays with like he has a chip on his shoulder. I mean, you saw it in Houston. If you watched him last year, the kid was electrifying. But he's averaging 9 points, 2.3 assists, 2.5 rebounds, and one steal so far. It's very early in the season. But the thing I said that stands out is his shooting ability. I mean, he's shooting 58% from the field and 59% from the 3-point line. I mean, that's crazy to me. That's very efficient. That's especially for a rookie guy coming off the bench, just coming in, giving you good minutes. You know, he's knocking down shots at a high clip, and that's all you can ask for. Behind K, once K come off and he gets a break, he can also run with K, and it's nice. So the Pistons got them a nice young guy. I think he was a steal, to be honest, because there's some teams that can use his ability right now as a starter. So Pistons did a good job on that pick. I like it. You know, 6'2" guy, knockdown, plays with a chip on the shoulder, score. I like it. Off the bench, Pistons can use all the help they can actually get. So shout out to the Pistons for that. My next rookie I want to talk about is Derek Lively, 7'1" center from Duke. This kid, I like him. I like him a lot. I mean, he's very, very active. If you watch him play, if he's by the rim, 9 times out of 10, he's dunking it. I mean, it's a no layer rule with him. 9 times out of 10, he's gonna dunk it, and he's gonna dunk it hard. He reminds me of a Tyson Chandler kind of, the intensity he plays with. Um, One thing I could say is the Mavericks need to get this man some more minutes. I mean, the games when he played 30 minutes, 14 rebounds, 13 rebounds, and 10 rebounds. So what does that say? Play the man some more. He's averaging 8 points, 8 rebounds, and one block. With 8.8 points, I'll give him 9 to 8 rebounds, one block. I mean, the kid's playing well. I like him, especially with a team with a guy like Luka and Kyrie. Their pick and roll game is pretty good. They draw a lot of attention, and he does a good job at rolling to the basket hard, standing in the right places. He stays in the dunker position, and then they just drop it off and two hands for safety. He's dunking almost every time, man. I mean, it's crazy that this guy just and he flushed it like with intensity, man. Like I like what I'm saying. His best game so far was 15 points, 14 rebounds, shooting 77% from the field. So I like what I'm saying from the guy. The Mavericks desperately, desperately needed a big man. I mean, I know that a team like the Kings wish they could have got somebody like him because he would have been perfect with them as well. But the Mavericks, I believe they struck a little gold with him. They have a 7-footer that's very active, a guy that's going to roll hard, that's going to finish the lobs, and keep the defense honest on these pick and rolls. So good pickup by the Mavericks. We'll see what he can do. I think he deserves a starting spot, to be honest. He could work on his free throws. He had one game he shot 1 for 4, which he's leaving points on the board, and that's one way that can keep you off the floor, especially in like the fourth quarter, crucial moments where your shot blocking and rebounding and rolling to the basket finishing can be very helpful in the moment. So that's one thing I urge him to do is really step his game up with shooting free throws. But other than that, I like what I'm seeing. He's on a team with two superstars that going to garner a lot of attention. They got a lot of shooters out there that like to put the shot up a lot, and he's going to have a lot of opportunities. So shout out to the Mavs. Great pickup. Next guy I want to talk about is Brandon Miller, number 2 pick in the draft. I mean, the kid is playing pretty good. I mean, out of all his games he played, except one, he's had double digits in scoring. I mean, he's on a team with a pretty good point guard and LaMelo Ball, who's going to distribute the ball pretty well. So he doesn't have to worry about that. I mean, he's 6'7" out of Alabama. So, he has great size for the league. He's pretty good at slashing. He's open floor. He's had a couple emphatic dunks so far in his early career in the NBA. So that's one thing I think he's really going to flourish at is finishing. And, especially on a team like the Hornets, they like to get out on a break and run. especially with a guy like LaMelo. He's a magician with the ball. I mean, if he don't look at you, that don't mean he's not gonna pass it. I mean, this kid is electrifying. So Brandon Miller right now is averaging 13 points, 4.5 rebounds, shooting 44% from the field, 31% from three. He can get that 3-point percentage up. You know, I think that will come though, playing more games, getting more comfortable out there. You know, the teams realizing what he can do, and they're going to feed him a little bit more and look for him a little bit more. He's had a 22-point game already, which is a good sign for the Hornets. They need some wing scoring. I think you know Gordon Hayward is pretty good. I mean, but I don't think he's consistently giving them what they need as far as the scoring. And I mean, to be honest, if you ask me, I think they should move on from Terry Rozier and just let it be LaMelo Ball or bust. But the Hornets gonna be the Hornets. They're just gonna be the Hornets. One thing I urge him to step his game up on is rebounding. I mean, at 6'7", you should be able to average more than 4.5 rebounds. Thinking around a 6'7" range, that's one way that's gonna keep you on the court if you rebound at a high level. I mean, you have the size, you have the athleticism to do it. It's all about will and positioning yourself in the right spots so you can get those rebounds. Now, this is a good pickup for the Hornets, though. I mean, they have a guy that can become a pretty good wing scorer. I can see him averaging 20 plus a game in his career at some point. He's a pretty good shooter. He's good off the dribble. I mean, it's nothing, no flaw in his game offensively, to be honest. And he's not a bad defender at all with that size. So Brandon Miller, keep doing your thing, man. It's early in the season, so I know you're still getting acclimated, but I like what I'm seeing so far. Now, this guy that I'm about to talk about right here, right now, he surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. He pretty much he definitely surprised me. I knew he was gonna be nice, but I didn't expect him to be this all around nice. So Asor Thompson, this kid is ridiculous. I mean, he had to work on his scoring, his offensive game as far as shooting, but I mean, he impacts the game in so many different ways. Check out these stats. He's averaging 11 points, 4 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. He's only he's not even a center. He's a small forward. I mean, he's very athletic. He's very athletic. He plays the game very well. I like how he runs the floor. He's just all over the place, man. He's like that guy. You ever play at the court and it's that one guy that is hustling all over the place, running all over the place. That's him. I mean, the ball go up, he's gonna jump, he's gonna try to block it. The ball comes off the rim. Watch out, because he just might put back on your head. The kid is just sensational. He didn't go to college. He played for the Ignite team with his brother, I believe. And I like what I'm saying. 6'6", kid can ball. If you look at his stats, the number one thing that's standing out to me that's very surprising is the 9 rebound. I mean, they already have a guy in Durham averaging double-digit rebounds, but him to average 9 rebounds is ridiculous. I mean, that impact is crazy. I mean, he has a 7-foot wingspan, which is going to cause problems for years to come for guys. I mean, he has 2 blocks a game. That's like center. That's like center talk. I mean, last person that was 6'6", averaging like 2+ blocks a game was guys like Jordan. Like this is Jordan-esque. His defense. He can like put your shot on the glass. He goes straight up on you. I mean, I love what I'm seeing out of this kid. One thing I do want him to step his game up on is his shooting percentage. I mean, I believe he's shooting 38% from the field, which ain't too bad. But he can up it because he can attack the rim a little bit more. But his 3-point percentage only 15.8, and that's just abysmal. That's not good. That's not good enough. So either stop shooting so many threes, or as many threes as you shoot, or attack the basket a little bit more. But Sawyer Thompson, I love what I'm seeing out of you, my man. You are very active. Keep doing the things you do. That's going to keep you on the floor. You rebound at a high level, you defend at a high level, and you even a not so bad playmaker as well, averaging 4 assists. That's not bad at all. The scoring can come up a little bit more because I feel like if you slash a little bit more, attack the rim a little bit more, you will get those easy opportunities. And in the fast break, I mean, the kid's a menace. I mean, he's a very underrated passer. He only averages 4 assists, but he can dime out there. I saw his last couple of games, his 3-ball has been falling a little bit. He's hit 1 for 4, 2 for 3. Previously he went 9, 1 for 15, which that's just not good enough. So I believe that this is a great pickup for this team. They need all, like I said, the Pistons need all the help they can get. So Sawyer Thompson, keep balling, my man. Keep being that all-around X factor out there. I mean, 9 rebounds, man. Kudos you. That's absurd. I was just talking about how Brandon Miller has to step his rebounding up, and he's 6'7", and you out here averaging 9. So he can definitely take a page out of your book in that, and just be a little bit more active out there. But these rookies, man, it's a lot of young talent out here. It's still early in the season, so we still have a couple of more rookies out there that I know that's going to impact their team. And like guys like Imani Bates for the Cavs, he's a sneaky guy. He can fill it up. He just needs a little bit more opportunity, and I think guys will get those. As the season goes on, you have guys that have to sit out for injuries, rest, things of that nature, and then that's when guys step up and get the opportunity. Like a guy like Anthony Black. I mean, Marcus Fultz had to sit out. He stepped into it, and he's been playing pretty good. So he's done carved himself out of the role. Now, as a rookie, I mean, scoring is very important. However, the little things I believe are a little bit more important. Are you playing good defense? Are you rebounding? Are you out there making game-winning plays? Are you helping the team flow a lot better? What is your plus minus out there? Things of that nature is definitely what's going to keep you on the court. And all these guys I named, that they pretty much do a little bit of everything. Like I said, Brandon Miller, though, step your game up on the rebounder. Sator, he's pretty much just a scorer right now. But I think with more minutes, he will get the facilitation going. He did have one game with 4 steals, so he has that going for him as well. But, these are, I'm going to call them the next 5 because we already know who the top 2 rookies are. I didn't touch base on Scoot yet because I think he has a little bit more. He has some growing pains he's still going through. He's playing on a very young team in the Blazers, and we're just going to see how he gets acclimated. But with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the show. You just learned a little bit about a couple of young talents out there. We touched base on the in-season tournament. We're going to see how things unfold as the season continue to go. Will this get guys to play harder? Will this get guys to show up? You love what Adam Silver's doing, just trying to be innovative and just make things better. He's trying to stay ahead of the curve, so you can't fault him for that. We touched base on 5 rookies other than Chet and Wemby. So, check those guys out as the games keep going. And we're going to, keep our eyes out. The season is very early. There's plenty of opportunity for these young guys to get out here and to show what they're made of. But, before we go, I'd like for you to like, subscribe, share this video. Shout out to all the other shows on the network, BWT, FFC, CTC, The Joe Jordan Show, Dave's Doghouse, and the Refuse to Lose show. If that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for joining me, and we're going to keep this thing rolling. There's only one down. We got plenty more to go. But I'm your host, Vaughn, and peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.